All right, welcome to your Wednesday workout. So for your warm-up today, we have 3 rounds, 10 glute bridges, 10 single leg RDLs, which means 5 on each side, 10 Kang squats, and 25 single unders. So glute bridges, you're gonna find some space on the floor, set up, shoulders down from this position, make sure your heels are flat. We're gonna drive our butt up, get a little squeeze at the top, 1, 2, right back down, squeeze at the top, hip all the way through, and back down. From there, we're gonna go single leg RDLs. We can use whatever implement you have. So if you have a kettlebell, we're gonna stand it up. Essentially, you're gonna bring it over one side, keep a little soft bend in the knee, back leg driving up. Notice the kettlebell is very close. I don't need to touch the ground, and drive back up. So from here, you wanna stay balanced. You want your hips to be square, and drive back up. So we're gonna do 5 on each side. As soon as you know that, we're gonna do 10 Kang squats. Essentially all that means we're warming up 2 things, hamstrings and also our squat. So we're gonna start by driving back into that good morning position. Knees stay in place, drive down into the bottom of my squat, back into that good morning position, finish up top, that's 1. So back, feel a stretch. The more we can drive our chest up, the more we're gonna feel a stretch. The more I just hunch over, the less active I am. So chest up, stretch, back down, here, through, back, down, here, through. Those are your Kang squats. And lastly, 25 single unders. If we don't have a rope, again, we're gonna do those lateral jumps, either over a line or just something in place, 25 total.
All right, gang, for our strength section today, we're gonna be doing rear foot elevated single leg deadlifts. So we're gonna do 3 by 8 on each leg, and we're gonna rest 90 seconds between the sets. So how this is set up, I'm gonna need a plate or something to elevate my back foot on, and then I'm gonna need a dumbbell or a kettlebell, it doesn't matter. So if my left foot is forward, I'm gonna hold my implement on my right hand. My right foot is gonna be elevated on the plate. So I have a dumbbell here, I'm gonna stand up. Now I'm gonna work on that hip hinge. So just like an RDL or a deadlift, I'm gonna push back into my left hip, touch, and stand up. Some of you may not be able to touch the floor, that's okay. Just make sure that you get your implement below your knee. So I'm gonna go slow and controlled on the way down, pushing back, tap, and stand up. Keep my chin down. And I feel a lot of activation on my left hamstring and my left glute. Then we'll switch. So now my right foot is forward, my left foot is on the plate, and the implement is in my left hand. Hinging back, keeping that weight on my right heel, pushing back, really feeling that stretch through the hamstring, slow and controlled. And that's your strength portion.
All right, workout for today. So we have 3 separate 3-minute AMRAPs. So we got a 3-minute AMRAP, a 2-minute rest, 3-minute AMRAP, 2-minute rest, 3-minute AMRAP. For our first AMRAP, we're gonna start with 12 squats. Now this is gonna be the common theme throughout. So what you wanna do is find a suitable weight for those squats. If you have a vest, we're gonna use a vest. If you don't have a vest, you wanna use something that's in that range, so a little bit lighter for a dumbbell that would either be shouldered or however you wanna hold it. But 20 to 35 pounds, somewhere in that range. Obviously gets more challenging as you get heavier. First one, 12 squats. Just make sure you're breaking parallel all the way down. A lot of you should be recording or we'll be able to see you on the Zoom videos. Just make sure we're really getting your hip crease below your knee, driving all the way up, finishing your extension. And 30 double unders. If you don't have double unders or room to jump rope, let's do those lateral hops. 30 total, or if you have a jump rope, 60 singles. 2-minute rest. After that, we have 3-minute AMRAP, 12 squats, same idea, holding your implement or with a vest on. We're gonna keep that vest on the whole time. You're gonna do 8 leg raises. So for those of you with a bar at home, we're just gonna bring our legs up to parallel, right back down. If you don't, a lot of us are gonna do V-ups. Now, for these V-ups to go correctly, one of the issues that we see during this is that some people will bring their legs up and not their shoulders up. So what I need from you is meeting in the middle, boom, shoulders coming off the ground pretty high instead of this. So notice that my lower back stays on the ground. I kind of want to pick up onto my butt each time as I go. All right. And lastly, 3-minute AMRAP, 12 squats again, and a plate ground to overhead. So we did this last week. I'm going again with this ground to overhead. What we're looking for, setting up with our plate, thumbs down on the outside, touching the ground, driving our hip through, extending overhead, turning it, touching the ground, driving through. So a little bit of a twist.